this happen. The debate just announced. Now remember, the first one, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Carly Fiorina, Mike Huckabee, Rick Santorum, and Jim Gilmore. Then at 9 p.m., Donald Trump, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Ben Carson, Jeb Bush, Chris Christie, John Kasich, and Rand Paul back on the big stage. Of course, this will be the last debate before those Iowa caucuses. And the latest Quinnipiac poll shows Donald Trump and Ted Cruz virtually neck and neck. Joining me now, Charlie Kirk, Steve Rogers, and Erica Canuti. Erica, I'll start with you on this. You know, this has gone back and forth. Today, Donald Trump got an endorsement from Jerry Falwell Jr. It's obviously that the evangelicals are the key group there that everybody wants to get. And at least in the Quinnipiac poll, it feels like maybe Ted Cruz has got the lead there.
Well, and the other interesting thing about that poll is that 39% of respondents who named, preference for a candidate said that they might switch their vote. So I think the volatility of even those people who have decided to back Cruz or back Trump is really high, and that's going to be a lot of this story.
Well, you've been involved in these things before. What would make someone change their mind? What it's been, when you go back and you do the post-mortem on these things, for lack of a better term, what is the deciding factor, that last-minute deciding factor? What makes it happen?
I hate to say it, but I think it's really simple. I think it's likability. I think at the end of the day, people want to believe in people that are likable. And so I think when that voting booth closes, people are going to really think about who is the more likable candidate. And that'll be interesting because, you've got two big personalities that are both known for cracking some eggs.
Yeah, in that same poll, Steve, it said would definitely not support. 24% said Trump, 24% said Jeb, and 12% said Cruz. Although Ted Cruz is the one labeled not likable, a lot of that has to do with the fact that he went into Washington, D.C. and didn't play by the rules. And some people do like that.
Well, Charles, I think at the end of the day, Donald Trump will be president of the United States. And, he uses the phrase making America great again. He's already making America great again, because I haven't seen, at least in my lifetime, other than maybe Reagan, where a candidate has galvanized the entire nation. Young people, elderly people, all sorts of people from every walk of life are now engaged in this next presidential election.
Well, that is true. I mean, people are certainly engaged. They're interested. They're excited about it. But not everyone has jumped on the Trump train.
Correct. And so the interesting part about a caucus, we have to remember this, it's not like a primary. There is no voting booth. So you're in a room, you're in a church gathering area, community center, sometimes a local recreational district, a gymnasium. And it's actually, each candidate will have surrogates, essentially precinct captains, that will go up in front and give speeches on behalf of the candidate. Some caucuses, you even have to raise your hand for voting. So the question is, which candidate probably has a more silent cohort and which candidate will have enthusiastic cohorts? I would argue that Trump would do better in a closed voting booth type situation. People support him, but they might not want to voice it. Cruz's coalition would be able to win more people over in the Iowa caucus type setting with that sort of
Although I will say, anytime people wait 6 hours in 1 degree weather, that's enthusiasm. To your point, Steve, that's enthusiasm. All right, guys, we've got some news for you right now. Indiana County